similar layout to the A27 we just saw, but in a Class C chassis and a few feet longer. Coming in at 32 foot 3 inches is the 2021 Forest River Forester 3011 DSF, technically, because this one is on the Ford chassis. Now, folks, this is a great floor plan, and as you'll see as we go through, you'll see some similarities that we saw in the Freedom Traveler. So that just kind of goes to show you that whether it's a Class A or Class C, there are some similarities in floor plans, but we'll also see a lot of differences. And that's not just going to be in the drivability and the storage, but also right here in the motorhome itself. Now, let's start actually on the countertops. What I want to show you is part of that extra length is right here in the massive countertop we get all the way through. So if you want something with a lot of prep space, this certainly has it. You also see wireless charging is in here, so you can just drop your phone right there. You know, nice and convenient. You don't have to have a bunch of cords hanging out. I know if you're like me, I hate having extra cords, so I love things like that. You will also see easy access to your trash can. So a couple different ways to do this. So you lift this off, you can throw trash right in there. If you want, well, no, I guess you can't on the inside, so I apologize. This one is only on the outside, but we'll see when we go out there. There's a TV. So you pull the TV out, and that's where the trash can will be. It'll be right behind it, so you can just take it out and empty it out. But if you need to get to it from inside, this will be the place to do it. Now, as you did see, though, there is storage down there. So you have space for spices, anything else that you want down there, and you'll notice your drawers. So plenty of drawers here in the kitchen. As you saw, slow close drawers, right? So even though, we're in a Class C, this one is a little, it's a nicer Class C, right? It's definitely going to be a step up from your entry-level Class C, so you start to get nicer amenities like your slow close drawers, like your improved or your upgraded countertop here. Because with this countertop, it allows us to undermount the sink. Very similar like you would do in a solid surface. You also have sink top covers, which make your countertop flush here, so you have that extra prep space. You get the high-rise pull-out faucet. You'll see 3-burner recessed cooktop with the glass cover. Underneath, in lieu of a standard oven, is your Convection microwave oven. So that will be your microwave and your oven all in one. I know that some people like it, some people don't like it, but the thing I like about Convection is that it cooks quicker, right? It's easier to clean, and it runs off electric. I don't have to use any propane to run that, which I personally enjoy. You will also see right there is your TV, and that will be directly across from your sofa, a little bit higher than what we had in the Freedom Traveler, but it is still kind of a similar setup where they were able to mount that so it is directly across from your seating space. Storage all the way across the top here. You have like a little streamline hood there, very slimline hood with a light. If we take a look up top, AC unit there, of course, that will be ducted all the way through our LED lights. A couple vents in the ceiling too. We'll have one right there, another one in the very back, and then this one here in the kitchen is a max air fan to really help move the air. So if you don't want to run the AC, open up some windows, fire that guy on, and you'll pull some serious air through here. Now, as we take a look at the refrigerator, you'll see this one goes from propane electric to the Magic Chef 12 volt. So we open that up, you can see that there. So this one will run off your batteries. Nice thing about this one is that it is condenser driven, so it does cool down a little bit quicker. But again, you have to have battery power. Now, some people like it, some people don't. What I recommend with a 12 volt is, make sure you're running some solar, right? So that way you're helping to recharge that battery. Making our way back a little bit further, brand new, right? A little bit tougher to open. We'll open this up. Pull that out just to kind of show you here. Big pantry space, a ton of storage in there. I absolutely love that. So for all your s'more fixins, your oatmeal, breakfast cereals, whatever it may be, you have space for it. Now, another thing that's kind of make it or break it for a lot of people is this right here, and that is the bathroom. This is what we call a walk-through or a pass-through bathroom. The reason that it's, again, kind of controversial is because for someone to enter the bathroom, right, if someone's taking a shower, you just don't have a ton of privacy. The way you get privacy is by closing this door, but, again, then nobody can come back through here. So the reason people kind of struggle with it sometimes is if you have guests and the guest is using the shower, you're locked out of your bedroom, right? You can't get to it. Now, that's not always the case. For a Class C, there certainly are side aisle bathrooms, what they're called, where the whole bathroom is to one side. And if that's something you're interested in, what you'll want to do is text the word fresh to 46642 and let our specialist help you. Because folks, this is just one of over 20,000 pieces we have on the lot. We have over 80,000 pieces that are on order and coming in, and I guarantee one of those will have a Class C that you are going to want. Now, if you, let's say you're already looking at it, let's say you're watching this, you just tuned in and you're like, hey, this is exactly what I was looking for. I was just about to pull the trigger, I was just about to buy one. Folks, let me tell you something. We won't be beat. If you're out there shopping, and maybe it's the Forester, maybe it's something else, we won't be beat on any deal. If you have a deal going and you think that, maybe there's a little more room there, maybe we can get you a better deal, chances are we can. All you have to do is text the word BEAT, B-E-A-T, to 46642. And here's the cool thing. If we can't beat the deal, not only will you know that you got a great deal, but we'll even give you $1,000. So it's definitely a win-win situation for you. You can't lose in that. We want to make sure you're getting the best deal possible, and if we can't do it, you're going to be $1,000 richer. Come into the back bedroom. It has, again, kind of like we had in the A27. You have a slide out here. That lets you get that walk-around bed. Smaller windows on both sides, but they are still there. And then right here in the back is the big window. MCD roller shades, by the way, too. Nice high-end shades in here. TV in the center, storage all around. I'll open this up for you so you can see you have wardrobe on both sides. And I like this too, right? Rather than having a bar, the reason I like this is when you put a hanger in there, it stays. When you're traveling down the road, a lot of times if you have, a bar, things will bounce, they'll start to move, they'll fall off. With that, you have a much better chance of everything staying right where you put it. As we head back out here, and just so you know, watch that step. Just so you know, right in here, folks, is your toilet, and then your sink. A little bit of storage will be in there as well, plus a vent fan for obvious reasons. Another difference we talk about, right, when we're talking Class A to Class C, a lot of times you'll have steps in a Class C, right? You see I step down here. I also step down into the cab. Most of the times in Class A's, it will eliminate that step. Right over here in the off-camp side is the majority of our seating. Big U dinette. That does drop down into a bed. You can see a cushion underneath there to help with your sleeping. And then when we pull this out, again, kind of same thing, but this one is a much larger larger storage space in there. 3 seat belts. You have one on each side plus one in the back. Cup holders in the corner. They should work fairly well. I wouldn't trust it if you don't have a lid on it, but you do have the cup holders right there. Storage all across the top, and this is a big deal, right? When I open this up, hidden hinges, right? Excellent high-quality construction hinges that they've used in here. I personally really like that, and again, because it's easy one-hand operation, it's a little bit higher. That does make it simple to access anything in there, and this whole thing runs through, same on the other side, so big storage all throughout. And then here is the sofa. Kind of something that's cool about this, it has a drop-down armrest / cup holder, so you can quickly turn this into theater seats. So if it's just two of you, you want to drop down, sit back and relax. You can watch TV, or maybe, you just have the door open. You want to watch what's going on out at the campsite. You can do that too, just wave. Otherwise, you're hanging out here nice and comfy. Up front, Ford chassis. Again, this one also has the newer Ford engine, so, a little more torque there, which, if you're not familiar, torque will help you not only tow things, but, also help you get up to speed quicker, and if you're in any kind of mountainous terrain, will help you climb hills too. Up top is your other sleeping space. So this one is fixed, right? That's kind of one of the big things that designate the fact it's a Class C, is that you have the bed space right here over the cab, right? You have that nose that sticks out over the cab. And this is a permanent bed. You drop this down, you have that bed there, storage space up front, some cup holders, and kind of like we talked about in the Freedom Traveler, if you're at a campsite or somewhere, wherever you may be, and you can't push the slides out, you can climb up there and be able to rest there for the night. As we make our way outside, a couple of quick things I do want to point on. One right there, as soon as we walk in, is auto level control. That's a big deal on a Class C. A lot of times we don't get that. So you touch a button right here, you have auto level, and then your solar controller will be there as well. So, that's, again, a great feature. It's not only, you want solar because of that 12-volt fridge, the auto level, folks, touch a button, it does everything else for you. Oh my gosh, it just makes it so easy, so great. I'm telling you, you will love having it. Now, this particular model does have full body paint. That is an option. Full body paint, to be quite honest, is not a cheap option. If it's something you're looking at, it is a little bit more expensive. But if you're looking, to keep it for the long haul, I highly recommend full body paint. Not only is it gorgeous, but it will keep it looking gorgeous. You will get that shine, that luster, that beauty for years and years to come. You don't have to worry about decals peeling off or anything like that. You'll also see the front cap on the cab over, right? It's another sign that we're in a higher end Class C. And what the advantage of the front cap is it wraps around. Not only does this give you more insulation because, you know, there's a little air barrier in there, but more importantly, because it wraps around to the side, that driving rain as you're going down the road isn't getting into the seams, and so you know that that's gonna be nice and dry for you. You'll see actually, you know what, we'll get to that in a second. Let's go right here first. I wanna talk about the TV, right? So you have a TV, so it's nice and easy to watch. Storage down below, a couple quick things. One, you talk about drivability. This one has Hellwig sway control, so that way as you're driving down the road, you won't get as much sway. And also, if we drop this down, I'll show you right here, you have the Ride Right air helper springs. Those are adjustable, making sure that it's gonna have excellent load equalization. Up top is that power awning with LED lights on there. But the last part I want to talk about when we talk about driving is this right here also has your Bilstein Shocks, and that's going to take out all those bumps and everything when you're going down the road, so it's nice and smooth. So that way you don't have to worry about your dishes and everything, you know, rattling around or falling out of cabinets, breaking. When you get to your destination, everything should be exactly where you put it. More storage in the back, including, take a look at this big storage space. Nice big storage for some of your larger items. Plus, as a 7,500-pound hitch back here with your 7-way, rear ladder to climb up onto the fiberglass roof. You have the slide-out topper on there, folks. This thing is ready to rock and roll. Beautiful Class C. This one is starting at $109.95 or $22 a day. Now, folks, if that's a little high for you, that's okay. We have other Class Cs that'll fit your budget. All you have to do is text the word RV to 46642, and our specialists will make sure you get the perfect RV for you, your family, and whoever else, so you can enjoy this beautiful country the safest way possible.